and 四爻 Economic Impact of Taxes and AI. This presentation explores how consumption taxes and tariffs affect market and examines potential scenarios of generative AI's impact on inequality and productivity. Impact of consumption taxes on consumers and producers. With consumption taxes, consumers tend to pay more and earn less profits. If instead we apply a consumption tax on the product, then the producers have to increase their price to make up for the increased cost. And the consumers buy less. This means that consumer surplus decreases and less money per unit sold, decreasing producer surplus. At the new market equilibrium, less goods are bought and sold, and both consumers and producers are made worse off. Deadweight loss in the market. The economic efficiency left behind by consumption taxes is no deadweight loss. It is caused by an increase in price and decrease in demand of beneficial transactions. Examples of the deadweight loss in such a story is given as the space between the curve supply and demand, which represents the lost value of the transactions. The loss of welfare is thus created for both the consumers and the producers, and also because the government receives tax revenue, the market becomes less efficient. Trade-off between tax revenue and market efficiency. The introduction of a consumption tax involves a trade-off of revenue for public goods and market efficiency. Although essential for survival provision, they decrease both consumer and producer surplus. As a result of this, it will be able to bring about less market efficiency. There will be less transactions and economic activities and deadweight loss. Tariffs and their impact on imports and prices. Traditionally, tariffs are taxes on imported goods, and they make importers and those who buy from importers pay more. This leads to less goods being bought and sold, and a new market equilibrium at a higher price and a lower quantity of goods. The lack of business competition hurts consumers by offering them fewer choices and hating them with higher costs. Tariffs may lessen competition for domestic industries for a while, but overall they tend to degrade a whole economy, rising prices and lowering innovation. Deadweight loss from tariffs and its effects on trade. Just like consumption taxes, tariffs make deadweight loss come from preventing beneficial transactions. Tariffs heighten the deadweight loss They are paid more for a lesser quantity, so producers miss out on efficiency against tariffs, protect domestic industries, incentivizing them to produce less efficiently, but our level of economic welfare and efficiency as a whole suffers for it. Comparing deadweight loss from consumption taxes and tariffs. Deadweight loss results from consumption taxes and tariffs in different ways. A shift in the supply curve, assuming a consumption tax, results in a shift upward. Let's say consumer and producer surplus and weaker market activity in contrast, but specifically tariff influence trade since higher import tariffs, for instance, make imports more costly and thereby encourage efficient domestic production. Both are a reduction of economic welfare, but tariffs do so by reducing the efficiency of trade, reducing imports, and increasing higher cost domestic production. Scenario 1, generative AI reducing inequality. When generative AI exists in scenario 1, it expands demand for both low and high skilled labor. Though high skilled employment is less sensitive, the result is greater wage and greater opportunities for low skilled workers, reducing the wage gap between low skilled and high skilled workers. Any excess productivity given by AI allows low skilled workers to gain economically, and thus there is a reduction in income inequality in general. Scenario 2, generative AI increasing inequality. Scenario 2 results in heavy generative AI benefits for high skilled workers, which increases their demand in the labor market, as opposite to opening up new job opportunities for low skilled workers. These contributions lead to a widening of the wage gap, in which wages for high-skilled workers increase while the wages of low-skilled workers fail to increase or even decay. AI amplifies inequalities in income, and the poor low skilled are left behind. Generative AI's impact on productivity. Scenario 1. If this variability is positive as in scenario 1, generative AI improves overall productivity and the aggregate supply will shift out to the right. In other words, real GDP increases and prices decrease at every level of prices than before. It's cheaper goods for us customers and better efficiency for businesses, hence economic growth and improving the living standard. generative AI and stagnant productivity. Scenario 2. In scenario 2, the graded supply curve remains the same. This doesn't produce a significant impact on productivity by generative AI. That's why output and prices remain stable, and there was no noticeable output growth and increase in economic production capability. Focusing on this scenario allows us to visualize how AI may not always raise economic benefits across the board if productivity growth cannot be behavioral economics and unhealthy food choices. If behavioral economics were tried, people can understand why they would often select unhealthy food despite their preference for healthier one. Present bias and hyperbolic discounting, cognitive biases make humans choose to get more immediate pleasure and from buy foods rather than higher long-term benefits from better food. In addition, unhealthy foods are more convenient because they are more readily available. Another contributing factor is loss aversion, whereby people are reluctant to give up those familiar sources of indulgence. Social norms and marketing don't help. Even when we have better intentions, stress or fatigue can weaken self-control and makes unhealthy eating decisions more frequent. Thank you, everyone.